Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hope we're all doing well. Welcome to another edition of the London Session team. Without further ado, it's time to get this show on the road. So guys, as always, good morning, good afternoon, and very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Welcome to another edition of the London Session. As always guys, we'll be looking at the gold and seeing what we can come up with moving forward here today on the gold. Had a good day yesterday, obviously, on stream. Those gold buys, price eventually hitting full TP, end up securing 100 pips on the actual runner. Moving forward here today, gold at an interesting level as well. So we have continued to the upside here, so it does look very bullish in my personal opinion. We'll obviously do the analysis on gold. Could there be a potential entry shortly? Perhaps to the upside here, guys. So we'll get underway with the analysis. Meantime, you guys know the drill. If you could, YouTube, don't forget, please hit that like button. It's very important for you guys to hit that like button. Let's get numbers onto the stream. And TikTok, you guys can do me a favor also. Make sure to tap that little screen for me. And let's have a good one, team. Any charts or any questions, anything you'd like me to have a look at, feel free to pop those into the chat and I'll get to you all shortly. Without further ado, let's have a look, first of all, at the news. And let's see if what is scheduled here today. Got some news for the pound shortly, GDP, so big day for the pound. Obviously high impact news, so something to be very wary of for anyone who is trading the pound. Moving forward into proceedings into MY session, do have another board member of the FOMC speaking. Otherwise, no scheduled high impact news. So government shutdown has been ended. All right, so that has been confirmed. Just beware of any breaking news. Also, guys, as it could happen at any point in time, my screen is just froze. All right, we're back. Screen froze for a second. Alrighty, so let's get underway and have a look at the gold, starting the weekly time frame. And what we can see is we are forming strong bullish once again. No low wick. Once again, no doubt we're going to create low wick every pullback. We have buyers have stepped in, create support, and push this thing back up. So once again, that's what we're looking for. Pullbacks for a potential buy, wait for some support to form, head back up, or continuation buys potentially above the high. On to the daily time frame, counter probabilities are bullish. Let's just mark in both the high and the low, see what we've got either side of it. Seeing we have got a high, low, higher, high, there is not necessarily all that much of a need for us to pop back down and break our own low. If we do so, perhaps we'll just grab some upside liquidity. And if we head back below at 4200, for instance, and back below the current daily candles low, then maybe we may make a deeper pullback. So we're going to see what sort of support we've got at that level, what sort of catalyst, if any, we might have at that little level to look for a potential sell. Otherwise, continuation buys are looking good. Onto the 4-hour time frame here. Bullish in structure. Going to be bullish across the board here. Obviously, just created that higher high. Actually yesterday, since created a pullback, current candle is about to close in 5 minutes. So counter probabilities, well, we are closing bullish engulfing by the looks of it. So we could look for, again, a potential continuation buy above the previous 4-hour candle high. We have some clean traffic to the left hand side as well, guys. So we are looking good. Just going to a little bit prematurely mark in the most recent support here in the 4-hour and make our way onto the 15-minute time frame. All right, as we can see, we're also bullish on that particular time frame. As to where the structure will technically flip back bearish, we will be below the current daily candles low. So that would be the sell catalyst, guys. That is the only potential level I would really feel comfortable selling it. Not saying I won't consider a cheeky little sell below this support though, guys. If we do in fact reject the current daily candles high again and pop back below the support, that would be the potential sell option. But what I'm looking at just now, guys, is the fact that we are once again forming support back above some previous resistance here as well. We may have a strong bullish engulfing candle. Concern is there is not a great deal of margin by the looks of it. It may just be making a move now. So could potentially be looking at a buy on the following candle. But what it will likely come down to again, well, first of all, this candle still has just under 4 minutes remaining. It could make the move up to the resistance and therefore there'd be no entry until we pop above it. So what we could wait for is potential for the new candle to first of all, this candle to close pretty much like so without making a move, followed by the new candle creating a lower wick. And as it begins to break above our catalyst candles high, I do believe that would be a good entry to take it back up towards the current daily candles high. This would be a really strong catalyst. So that is something I may consider, guys. I may consider a cheeky little buy from above this support. Never seen that sort of request on TikTok before, but all good. Let's ignore that. Or otherwise, we're looking for buys from above. What I do like about the continuation buys is, first of all, for our counter probabilities to the upside, we're breaking high of the previous, which is about to close shortly, with the current, which is about to close, will then be the previous. Also, we've already triggered in some sellers at the daily high. So if we were to pop above, wipe those sellers out, like so, retest the Asian range high and begin to pull away, I do believe that would be a highly probable buy option. So that's what I would also be potentially looking at. I would probably avoid the sells from the current daily counter side, just because we're in a really strong uptrend. For me, any counter trend sell is much better below 42.03. It is much cleaner at that point as well. So let's just wait and see 2 minutes, guys, to see if we will get a potential early buy option. Once again, it will come down to the low wick formation on the following candle, and this candle cannot really take off any further, because if that is to be the case, we're going to have a great deal of margin. What we could do is, though, you could still possibly take it in anticipation that we have once again formed that support on the pullback. Strong engulfing catalyst candle as like a slightly early entry, because if we do break the high, there is that possibility where it could just burst straight through it. So what I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm just checking out what the highest point of the current candle is in my broker's chart. 42.11.87 to 42.12.10 would be a possible entry point. Stop loss would initially be below the current candle low, but I would want to use the next candle's low. I'd be straight away adjusting stop loss to below that point. So it needs a decent low wick. It's just a tiny low wick. Don't really trust it. So that is my personal take on the gold, guys. So we may have a potential option very shortly. So we just need to keep a bit of an eye on it for the time being. With 40 seconds remaining. And then I will make sure to get to you guys. All right, we don't want it to pull back and close weak though. So if it closes like so, this is pretty good. If you were to have your stop loss below the current candles low, you're looking at about 70 pips. Not great, because we don't have that much of a target. But again, it's kind of like an early feeler entry, because we've got a strong catalyst forming at a level of support. I do like the way we are closing, so I would like to see a decent lower wick. And if we get that, perfect. All right, I'm going to look to set a buy at 42.12.10. Stop will be below the lowest point of the current candle, and that is what I'm currently looking at. So that way, at least we got the 1-to-1. Oops. 4-1-2, sorry. No, 4-2-1-2.1. So that's what I'm currently looking at. That was the closure of the 1 hour candle as well. Let's have a look to see how the hourly closed. A weak bearish candle, rejecting this resistance. I think it looks pretty good, to be honest, guys. So we'll see if it triggers in. My team need to share with you guys a link. And I will get to you guys shortly in the chat. Let's just keep a little bit of an eye on the gold here. YouTube, g'day to you all. Franco, KS Multimedia, welcome to you. Lau, Stanley, Charmer, I've been waiting for this for an hour now. That's commitment, mate. Gal Marek, good morning to you. Goats, welcome to you, mate. So we're not in just yet. Barman, appreciate it, give a like. Stanley, Charmer. Just drop the E at the end of the name, mate. You said that you will make a video about risk. Yeah, when I've got time. I'm just hard pressed for time at the moment. TikTok, welcome to everyone on the TikTok stream. We're close to being triggered in. About 4 pips or so have been triggered in, but not quite. Is this gold, Jose? Yes, this is definitely the gold. Now, the first target will be the resistance, to be honest, and you've got at least the 1-to-1 there. And I'll probably, similar to yesterday, want to leave a bit of a runner. So still not in. Looking for shorts, Django. Okay. Looking to buy. Jose, almost triggered in. How long usually in a trade for? Not long, to be honest. It just depends. Oh, so close to being triggered in. It all depends. I'm a scalper, so I look for small movements. Yesterday I started securing within like 2 minutes. I think it was roughly. But the trade ended up playing out for probably about half an hour by the time I secured the bag. But generally speaking, it could be anywhere between a minute and, you know, an hour. But I get to break even quickly. I secure along the way. And yeah, that's how I got it. So, not in just yet, guys. If you're allowing for spread, you should not be triggered in. I suppose the spread just depends on your broker, what the spread is, but on IC markets, not being triggered in. Got the hourly counter probabilities to the upside as well. Oh, not the hourly, not just yet. So we've got the 30 and the 15. 30 doesn't look great, to be honest. But again, it's more based off the 15 and more based off the fact that we keep projecting bouncing off this resistance. However, if we begin to flip back bearish and pull back a little bit too far, then I will just remove the order and wait a little longer if that is to be the case. Jose, do you advance? I think you mean advise me to answer buy now. No, I'm not in a buy just now myself. Got the buy stop and it's pulling back. So, alright, gonna keep it in for a little bit. I just don't want this to widen too far because I'm gonna have to adjust my stop loss now. So now we're looking at, ooh, now the stop loss is really starting to widen. You're looking at roughly 40 pips, just under. It's not too bad. Remember, it's still just the open of the new hourly candle, so I still don't mind this if we flip and break our own high. We may have just been pulling back to grab a little bit more liquidity before we continue to the upside. Michael, you were triggered in? Ooh, must have been by spread. I got very close to it, but I was not triggered in. You should wait. If that's your opinion, then that's what you do. I have my confirmation, so I'm all good to take an entry. Jane Kun, welcome to you. Stop loss, generally speaking, it's below the previous candle for me. But in this case, that's too wide of a stop loss, so I'm using the current candle. Reason being is because we now have, obviously, we've created the upper wick and the lower wick. So if we were to break our own high again, I feel there would be no need for us to pull back down and break our own low. So stop loss, that's the level where I would not want to be involved anymore. If price did begin and pull back and break its own low, doesn't mean I won't manage in between if I see fit. But that's just how I go about it. There are many different ways you can go about it, but that's what works for me. Trade Delicious, g'day to you. Hustling Climates. Broker. Type it into the chat for you. I did mention it just moments ago, so don't think the TikTok algorithm worries too much about it anymore. Jiankun, sometimes if movement too fast to avoid getting in. There's been times where it's moved a little bit too quick for me to get in. The issue when it does really move with momentum, and especially around the news and that, is you're going to get slipped. Even if you market execute, you're not going to be triggered in at the exact level you thought you would be getting triggered in at. So that's one concern about when price really just takes off or melts. For the most part, I've not been slipped much of, well, not of late anyway. I've been really lucky. So GP, on futures, would you have been triggered? Would have, no idea. Possibly. I don't trade futures. Zach, g'day to you. Super busy, couldn't get on the past streams. Gold shot up again. Yep. Jiankun, like yesterday. Yesterday was a cracking trade. To be honest, yesterday it was just once again one of those perfectly called entries. Look, yesterday it was a bit of intuition as well, and that's time on the charts, guys. Pure price action. Where I know what you mean, because we were looking at sells, and all of a sudden the way the candle flipped, it was at a level we could look for buys from, and it literally flipped in the last maybe 30 seconds of the candle. So you just have to be quick, I suppose, and you know what to look out for. Lucky, what stop loss set? Stop loss is below the current candle. I'm still not in the trade, guys. I was not triggered in. Got very close to on here to spread. I'm not sure on Forex.com if people would have been triggered in. But I see markets, I was not triggered in, so highest point was 42.1192, and the spread is for the most part less than a pip, so it's not triggered in. Yo, what's the main thing you need to see before entering a trade? I need to tick the boxes, so I need all the right confirmations for me to take the trade at the right level. I need to tick off at least minimum of 3 confluences. Be happy with it. So here we're in an uptrend. We've also had a strong 4-hour candle closure. That's 2 ticks. We've also got a bullish engulfing M15 candle. That's 3 ticks. We've also respected a support above a previous resistance. That's 4 ticks. So to me, there's enough confluences to look for this entry. Well, fella, thank you for sharing the live. Hi, Nick. What is your opinion about having buy order at 4188? Yeah, not a bad option. Back at the support. I personally would like to see our price approaches that level, unless it's what we call the interruption candle on maybe a higher time frame. But as far as the level, I do like your level. Yankun, I'm sorry, but an ongoing uptrend daily. Have you confirmed reversal? Confirm reversals once structure starts to flip, and that's on the daily. It's way off. It's so far off happening. For me, this is all bullish until below 36.20. Far off it. That's the last significant higher low. It's the last 2 or more consecutive candle pullback in the opposite direction to the trend. To me, we're very bullish. So, I mean, the only thing you can look for is the trend within the trend, if that makes sense. So we've come back down to create a low. We now confirm a lower high, pop back down and break through that support, and then perhaps, well, that would likely signal a deeper pullback and potential trend reversal. But for me, we're still very bullish here. So again, as you guys know, I'm a scalper, so I'm looking more for the way candles are forming on the daily and the current against the previous as well. And that will also dictate what direction I want to be trading in. Still don't mind this, guys, because once again, still early into the hourly candle. If we flip and break our own high, we're likely going to break the high of that previous candle. But I don't want to pull back too much further. So once again, stop loss will be the issue. I think gold going to hit 5k soon. I believe there is a good chance it could. To be honest, I've been stubborn with my gold DCA. Physical DCA I'm talking about. The actual bullion itself. Just going to pick some up on Monday, but saw it pumped. Going to pick some up Tuesday, saw it pump further. So I've decided to wait until the weekend and see where we're at. And the same with silver. Silver is flying. Silver is pretty much retested its all-time high yet again. Got so close to it. Remove that. Alright, so this M15 is about to close. I still don't mind it. It's a weak pause candle. It's almost going to close the doji by the looks of it. But I'm still trusting this. Did I take long? 20... what time, where, in what time zone? I didn't take... I've not traded since the stream yesterday, so probably no. Definitely no. Alright. Looking pretty good still. Alright, we closed doji. Bullish one by the end of it. Still like the upside, to be honest. It's actually... is it closed bullish for my broker? Hard to tell. AWS multi-minute, you got triggered in. So it's spread, guys. It's spread. You got to allow for spread. Can't just use the level I'm using. If the highest point in your broker's chart is different, and if the spreads are different on your broker, because every broker has different spreads, every broker's highest point and lowest point will be different. Oh, close to being triggered in. Looks like I could be triggered in shortly. It's a little bit risky. We don't have the lower wick in the M15. 30-minute definitely does though. The hourly candle definitely does. So I'm willing to take it. Have a quick look at the 5-minute. 5-minute also, the rejection, these long lower wicks suggest to me is a good chance we could continue to push to the upside. Yeah, so guys, what you need to do is check what the highest point on your broker's chart is, and I would suggest on gold being minimum 2 pips above. but more closer to 3. If your spread is a little bit wider, you got to consider that as well. My spread for the most part at the moment, it's 0.6 of a pip, so it's between 0.6 and 0.1. Sorry, 0.6 and 1.1 pips roughly, so I always allow for that. I still like this. If it pulls back to create a low wick and break its own high, even better. Girozzi, I've not entered yet. I'm not being triggered in. Got it. Buy stop set, but I'm not in the trade just yet. Sorry, John. Time frame. This is the M15. I will look at the 5-minute as well. I will look at the higher time frames. So right now it's based more so on the 15. AML long-term target price for gold. Real long-term 10k. But I'm not saying it's happening anytime soon. That could be, 5 years from now. As far as the more realistic long-term picture, I would say definitely 5k. That's something that could even happen by, who knows, by year's end or early into the new year. This is looking good. I like this. I like this. If it flips and breaks own high, perfect. So John, do you mark everything on a 15? No, 4 hour and 15. Sometimes even a 5-minute support, but for the most part, 4 hour. 4 hour are the gray zones, but we don't have any at the minute. I mean, technically speaking, that is a 4 hour resistance that we're currently hovering back above. So therefore I could probably change that to gray. And the blue zones at a 15-minute. See Bishop 21, what do you trade? Why don't you trade futures? I don't know, never bothered. Maybe one day. Stanley, how do you calculate pips? Peps and pips? Points is what I call it. So on gold, I just count $1 as a 10 pip move. I know technically speaking it's not. They'll if you to look at baby pips, it'll say that's 100 pips. But I just see a $1 movement is 10 pips. Jian Kun, I feel today it's either head to 42.65, drop down to 41.50, 41.60 area, being too extreme. No, look, anything could happen, to be honest. Gold has been moving with crazy volume. Look, I've been trading for more than 8 years now, and even up until recently, like last year or so, I never remember gold having $100 daily moves up or down. And I think we've had it a few times of late. So it has been extremely volatile, a lot of volume, a lot of liquidity behind it. And it would not surprise me if it makes one of those moves, to be honest. So GB, previous 4 hours, no bottom wick, does not matter at all. Previous, not to me, no. Nor does the weekly. Weekly has no low wick. Will we create one? I mean, perhaps, but I highly doubt it. Lockie, what is your TP and stop loss ratio? My buddy thinks stop loss is way too low. Can you explain your reasoning? Stop loss is way too low. basically I'm looking for at least the 1-to-1 to target minimum. Does it mean I won't be managing the trading drawdown or in profit? But generally speaking, it's more than a 1-to-1 to target. So what I mean by that, I need the range, the amount to have at least that 1-to-1, so clean traffic. I mean, here, this would be the first target, and that would be a 1-to-1. Just eyeballing it, it's pretty much right on the 1-to-1. And then above that, the realistic level is the current daily candles high. So to me, I do have enough margin to get involved in a trade here if I want to. Stop loss, I don't want to have a random stop loss. I want a technical level, and for me, the technical level is if it breaks it's the previous candle's low. There's a way to manage this too. If it does trigger in, I could automatically start to manage the trade. If it breaks the current candle's low, I could even cut the whole thing and really mitigate the loss. Because once again, we have the higher low, higher high to that previous candle. Or we will if we are triggered in. At that point, the counter probabilities are bullish, so we don't necessarily have much of a need to pull back and break our own low again. If we do so, that point is where I probably wouldn't trust the trade as much and would look to manage it. Keep getting close, but not yet in. Ooh, close again. Let's see. Ooh, green light was on for a sec. Reckon we're gonna get triggered in this time. Green light is on. Still not in. Close. Got a spread of 0.6 pips. Still not being triggered in. So close. Oh, we're in. Wow, and we're racing. Come on, gold. All right, let's go. I'm gonna get 1.5 in the end. It's got slipped just a tad. That's all right. Got 7 pips. I want it to pop up a bit high before I get to break even and consider securing. Ooh. There we go. There we go. All right, I'm getting to break even. I'm gonna secure a little bit right now. I'm gonna secure partials 50% at 20 pips. There we go. Job done yet again. Smash that like button. Smash it, team. Killed it twice in a row yesterday and today. Perfect. So 0 drawdown on this one too. And I secured half at 20 pips. I've got the runner going and I'm happy to keep it going. What I'm going to do is secure some more partials at this resistance and just leave a tiny runner if it gets to that point. But job done. I'm safely at break even. Wow. And we are rocking and we are rolling. Do me a favor, guys. Smash that like button. Absolute class quality. All right, I'm going to close another partial here. I'm going to close another partial here at 44 pips. And the rest is running. I'm just going to let the rest go. Did anyone take the trade or what? Am I the only one who took it? Come on, guys. W's in the chat. Do me a favor. Do your man a favor. Is that not beautiful or what? Wow, look at that. Why does this not show? Trace taken is not working, guys, on the YouTube stream for some reason. All good. You're in. Uzi, g'day mate. Been a while, hope you're well. Jose, okay. You buy? Yes, I bought. It's me, Peanut. What time frame is this? S15, Cam L, I'm in. Nice one. West Colstock, nice one. Thank you, all good. Me and my bro jumped in. Lockie, good work. Yara W, Uzi W, W Trade as always. Dean, thank you. Marpa A, W, Ricky, nice work guys. Cam L, also been since 4190, nice one. Dean, you're out. Fair enough. Michael, lovely, thank you. Cam 4100, nice one. Batuk, I'm out. Easy 977 euro, nice work. I've still got a runner. T-Bird, the profits at the top. West Colstock, nice work. Alex, re-entry. Nah, it's rejecting that resistance. So Alex, thank you for the stickers. Appreciate it, mate. Hope you're doing well, brother. The last W, nice one, mate. It's YouTube, are you guys there? YouTube chat, you guys are really quiet. Here we go. Now it's working. That takes the stream record up to 131 wins and 33 losses. Not too shabby. All right, we'll have a look at some of the other pairs shortly, guys. I just want to update the stream record. All right, 79.88. All right, as far as re-entry, so let's talk about it. If you're not in a gold trade, what I want to see, if you're not in it just now, you're seeing. Yep.
Sorry, mate.
All good.
Just quickly, I think. How you doing, by the way?
All good. I hope you're well.
Lovely trade.
Thank you, mate.
Good, mate. Lovely trade to come back to. Well done.
Appreciate it.
I think your YouTube's playing up. Your YouTube chat. So I've tried to post on there, and it just sort of like it appears and then deletes the message within a few seconds.
Yeah, I've no idea what's going on. It's gone really silent in there, so I assume that it could be an issue.
I was trying to type in it, but yeah, it sort of appeared and then it just goes.
Okay.
So that's why it's quiet in there. So I expect
Appreciate
people are trying to post in it. Anyway, I'll leave you to it, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Lovely win, though.
Thank you, mate.
Well done.
Thank you for letting me know. Cheers, mate.
No worries.
All right, so YouTube, apologies, guys. You probably are trying to type into the chat, but I'm not sure what the deal is. I'm not sure if there's something I'm getting. No idea if YouTube don't like the content and what the deal is. See how it is on the next stream, but yeah, apologies. Anything with the settings? I'll just type in myself and see if it pops up. No. Yeah, there is some issue there, I think. Never mind. So for me, what I want to see as far as any re-entry here is the fact that we've come from the lows of this support and we've pushed already some, let's just measure it, from the first bullish candle, sorry, the lowest point to the current level, 130 plus pips. So what I want to see at this point is price triggering once again some sellers. close back a bearish candle, trap those sellers, close above into the clean traffic, and that would reset for a potential buy option, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is with the YouTube chat. Yeah, so that's what I'll be looking at if you're not in it just yet, guys. Gemmo, thanks so much, bro. All good, mate. SB, well done. Thank you. Alex, thank you for the profits, bro. All good. Brettsook, thank you for the stickers, mate, by the way. Alex, TP hit, profit secured. Nice one, brother. Happy to hear it. Still have one position open at 39.84. Brettsook, nice work, mate. Wow. SB, can I tell you what made me take the trade? Well, a few things. The main reason was I was looking at it over here. We have a bullish engulfing candle after creating support above previous resistance here to the left, also another support here to the left. So that was my trigger. In an overall strong uptrend, 4-hour candle also closed strong bullish. So the back of that, I was happy as long as we respected that previous resistance and we left multiple low wicks to it, to the downside here on a 5-minute, only to reject. So I was confident enough that if we had enough confluences, ticked off enough boxes, that if we in fact broke the high of that previous 15, there's also 30 high, also the 1-hour high, that there was going to be a high probability that price would push back up towards the current daily candles high. Plus we're in a big strong uptrend. But still, gold could reject at 42.20, 42.25. 20 psychological number, so yeah, possible. Yeah, 28 as well. I think you got a little bit of resistance here, lines up with some support. El Jefe, you're targeting 42.20. Okay. Yeah, so apologies guys on YouTube. I have no idea what the deal is with the chat, but apparently your chats disappear and I can't see your chats. So yeah, I have no idea why. But I'm sure some of you would have taken a trade, so well done. It's me, Peanut. What time frame? Predominantly speaking, it's the 15, but I will look at the 5 to add confluence. So here the confluence was the fact that we left multiple long lower wicks back above the resistance here formed on the 15. The bearish candle itself formed at support, so also back above the resistance here to the left. But yeah, generally speaking, it's the 15. Gold Bull Tray, hey man, how we doing? It's been a while. How you been? All good, mate. All good. Hope you're well. Trading games as well. Just saw that sticker from yourself. Thank you for that. So there is a chance we could pull back towards the entry now, guys. We have tapped in and we are rejecting that resistance, triggering in sellers at the current level. So that is why I've secured a majority of the position. But a small runner going just in case it does flip and break its own high again. But as I would have predicted, this is a level where we could likely, well, there's a high chance of triggering some sellers. So let's see what happens if we confirm, get the confirmation with the bearish candle closure. See what happens moving forward into London. Junior, ready taken along, my friend. Ready to secure profit. It's me, Peanut. You know, all good, not a problem. Ask questions, that's what I'm here for. Alright, the YouTube chat's just started up again. It's starting to come through on my end. Alright, so T Bishop, yes sir, you took it. Merchif, W, nice one. Thank you, GP, great trade, didn't take it though. Jesse Lewis, W, nice word, nice one. Candy Cane, great trade, Justin took it, nice one. Steve, trade, come back, nice. Yeah, it's all flowing through now. So it must have been a glitch on YouTube side of things. Merchant Beauty all the way, well done on that analysis, spot on. You want to fly up that consolidation, nice one. Double S Multimedia, W, will we trade again? Who knows? Who knows, we'll see. Sales Ilk, butchering your name, W, nice one. Stanley Chummer, that's more than beautiful, nice work. Is A.A.T, a trade showed your experience in markets, great trade, thank you. Hustling Climates, we on, nice one. Chaos Multimedia, we are here. Yep. Jonas Worku, all good. Jian Kun, since government shutdown confirmed, is there CPI today? I don't think CPI is scheduled today, is it? It's not scheduled here today, mate. Unless I'm just not seeing things. Hustling Climb, yeah, so I explained it, hopefully you picked it up, explained it about 5 minutes ago. Stanley Charmer, to join, you gotta be a VIP member, mate. Which way now, Yared? Have to wait. So it's triggering in sells, which is good, because if price was to wipe those sellers out and close back above, then that would be a possible re-entry. Lucky, good last trade, bro. Make prof, I'll join back in later. How long you be alive? I don't know, Matt, we'll see. Depends how long this man can stay on without needing to eat, because London session eats into dinner time. And if you guys have watched my stories, I actually recorded video, but I'm having trouble uploading it on some fragrance reviews, to be honest, guys. Yeah. Got a box of goodies today. 2 shit ones, to be honest. Well, not shit, but they're just not my style. All blind buys. Free, actually, because there was a freebie. The freebies, it's okay, but it's a little bit too spicy for me. And 2 crackers, 2 real crackers, to be honest, really happy about. Yeah, so there will be a video at some point. Macomb Bistati, that was a nice one, man, thank you. Me, Peanut, the hardest thing is when buy, when sell. How long did you trade before you understood? Look, it took me, to be honest, I started trading crypto and I started as a swing trader as well. So when it comes to, I think swing trading is easier, in all honesty, when it comes to doing the analysis. I think it's, personally, I found that swing trading was a lot more taxing emotionally. Having trades open for such a long period of time, and you know, waking up overnight, checking my positions, and then struggling to get back to sleep. So I actually find scalping more me. For scalping, it didn't take me long because I had the background already to understand, but the discipline and patience side of things took me a good few years minimum. Because for the most part, I sabotaged my own good work by doing stupid shit on the charts. by obviously chasing back losses, things like that. It was only once I realized that actually my results were good. I just kept doing stupid shit. If I stopped doing that stupid shit, I could actually be a profitable trader. And once I stuck to solid game plan rules, that's when things really changed. That took probably about, into the scalping journey, at least 2 years. So all up about 3. I was swing trading for the first year. Thank you, by the way, for the stickers. It's me, Peanut. Appreciate it. Kiava, 7:30 a.m. Where you are? Yo, it's going up, maybe. So it's me, Peanut. Scalping is just when you're looking for small movements within the market. So pretty much what I was doing just then. I have a realistic target. So the target for me is the recent resistance levels, which is one here, and there's another one here. The one we're currently rejecting. So scalping, I'm usually in and out of trades fairly quickly, sometimes within a minute, sometimes within about 5, sometimes 10, 20, 30. Generally speaking, not longer than, 30 minutes, unless I got a runner, which keeps moving and going and going. But for the most part, you're in and out of trades quickly as a scalper. There's micro scalping, which basically traders will trade off the 1 minute, and they'll be in and out within sometimes less than a minute. Not always, but sometimes. Then there's intraday trading, so you tend to hold the trades for a bit longer throughout the day. Swing trading as well. Obviously, swing trading, you're looking at holding trades for months sometimes. It just did not suit me. For the most part, my swing trades lasted about a good month. But yeah, I just found that it was killing me in regards to sleep and all that. It's me, Peanut. Stupid shit is emotions. Yep. It's the same with everything in life, because the fact of the matter is, we're human, we're emotionally attached to money. So when you're trading with money, the last thing you want to do is press the button and see the money go. So it is hard to detach yourself from your emotions, and the only way you can do it is by having data to suggest what you do can actually and does actually work, and then just trusting yourself, knowing that you're not going to win every single time, because you just cannot do it. If you've got a good strike rate and good way of managing your trades, you're gonna end up in the blue, and you just got to let things play out. We're seeing throughout my live streams, throughout since I've been doing it for more than on this particular for my personal trading business, for the last year and a half. Prior to that, I was streaming for another group. We're seeing time again, after a bad week, I always back it up. I don't know what it is, but I always back it up with a really strong week, because it's by law of probability, because I know for a fact I'm going to win that 75 to 80, 82, 83% of the time, whatever it is. So I'm allowed to have a couple losses. It doesn't mean I, chuck everything out the window and start again, start a new, researching a new strategy or whatever. I just got to stick to what I'm doing and know by the end of it, I'll win more than I'll lose. So everything will be back on track. There's no need to stress it, except the fact you're going to take losses. Don't get emotionally attached to those losses and the wins as well. It's great to have a win. It's good to feel good for a few minutes, but then you move on. So I journal my trades. It goes into the journal for the VIP. I include a short form video, screenshots, and explanation as to why I took the trade, so on and so forth. And that is my trade journal. That is just here. So that was yesterday's trade, so on and so forth. That's all the live stream trades, and yeah, a lot of wins there, as we can see. A couple losses in a row, always followed by some solid wins. So today's trade will go into that journal as well later on. YouTube, I'm not sure if you guys are still typing or not, but the chat stopped, so I'm not sure if there was an issue again. It's me, Peanut. That's the problem for you. Yep, emotions is the problem for the majority of traders. Brandon, in the beginning, did you have a lot of emotions? Oof. Did I ever? I had sweaty palms. I had the whole deal. I'd be sitting here in the middle of a freezing cold Melbourne winter, and I would have sweaty hands. Sweaty palms. Sweaty palms is what I'm thinking of. Because I was not emotionally detached. So you gotta be as robotic as you possibly can. So I was probably risking a little bit too much. Maybe taking trades I knew I should not have been taking. So yeah, that took a good few years. It's me, Peanut. Thank you once again. Appreciate it. Jared, you took another buy. All right. Roller rentals, my TP roughly. I'm just holding the runner until probably until basically I go have dinner, to be honest, and we'll see where we're at. Because for me, if we begin to break the high, we are really forming some nice structure to the upside here, especially a higher time frame. The daily looks like there is a high chance that we're going to retest the all-time high again. Not saying it's going to happen today, but it could be worthwhile trying to hold on to a little bit of a position, in my opinion. It's not something I'm good at. Granted, I really struggle to hold runners. Yesterday, I actually closed it out about 20 pips prior to the NTP, I think it was. So I think the MTP was set at about 120 pips, and I closed it out at 100. Still a good return though. It's me, Peanut. Pleasure, not a problem at all. I make beats.co.uk. G'day to you. Thoughts on GJ? I've not looked at it today. This is a chart I sent to my members group, and it's basically stuck in a 4-hour range, the way I see it. So what I wanted to see was price come up to either the top of the range, the resistance, or back down to the bottom of the range and form support. So obviously create a move up to the top of the range. So now I'd be looking for my catalyst to sell it. So I'd be wanting to see a little bit of minor support form, similar to this illustration, and as price begins to pull away from that minor support from this resistance, that could be a potential option. One thing to be considerate of is the fact that we've just broken the Asian range high. So it'll be interesting to see how price reacts to it. Perhaps if we tap into it, bounce off it, right, either a double top, an M formation, or even a lower high, reject and pop back below, that could be your entry. So be a little bit concerned and wanting to see what happens at that Asian range high before looking for an option. That's good stuff. That's some really good stuff. Roller rentals, I made a good amount yesterday on a buy, but didn't think it would fly as much as it did. It happens. At least you made profits, mate, so you're already ahead of 90+% of people, so currently rejecting. That's why I always say have a realistic target, guys. Not always going to hit a massive home run, so have a realistic target. That was the target. It's tapped in, and we are currently rejecting. So close. Not, we've got within about 4.5 pips of taking a runner out, but still in play. Still in play to runner. Dean, test? Yeah, it's all good. Still working there. A lot of vlogs, thank you. G'day to you. it's me, Peanut. There are people in this business who sell information or can join a platform. What do you think about that? Sell. So as in, you just got to be careful. What I would suggest is only follow those who stream live, because you can see what we do and you kind of get the picture of what we look at to validate entries and trade. Don't fall for any exorbitant price tag, which I definitely did. I paid 250 US a month for the first 15 months of my education. But something I quickly worked out, but I was still staffed enough to pay 250 a month. I don't know, I was too kind, to be honest, to walk away, honestly. But now I'm a different man. For literally baby pip stuff, you could get it for free on this particular website. It was literally just copy and paste. So I've also since paid for another mentor, which was cheaper. Definitely learned a lot, but I adapted things and I've added a lot to it, and I trade very differently to that just now. And now I've got my own group and I charge $1 a day. I think that's fair enough, because I've included a course which it took me 15 months to put together, which does need updating. And guys, I will get to it. I promise you, my team, I will get to it, to the updates. I'm active. I've been busy at the minute, and my guys understand why. I've been over that, why I'm busy. But for the most part, I'm on calls 4 to 5 days a week with the team, but not of late. I've not been. But I still do my best to be there. Still do my best to upload updates. Jump on each live call when I can. And I think it's, yeah, fairly priced, to be honest. But again, you can learn a lot just from these streams. So by all means, just keep tuning in and you'll learn a heap from just watching me trade live here. Alright guys, so still potentially trapping those sellers. We're coming towards the London Open. If it closes above, there could be a re-entry. Personally, I'm not going to take it, so I've still got a runner. So I'm not going to try to re-enter. Mark, I told myself not to trade against the trend because of mistakes I'm doing. Look, I think there is a time and place, but you've got to have a lot of confluences to back it up, because especially when you're trading against the trend on gold here, because gold has just been such a strong uptrend. You'll be really careful, especially on such a high volatility pair such as gold. I think the majors are a little bit different. They move a lot slower. GU, AU, EU, obviously. Yaron, trading is your friend. Yep. It's me, Peanuts. Nice. You seem honest. Thank you. I try to be as transparent as I possibly can, so what do I think about TP 42 48? Yeah, it looks okay. Previous support there to the left. Yep, makes sense. I've been honest throughout. I don't trade a massive account. The most I've ever traded is 8 lots. My account is not fit enough to trade 8 lots at the moment. It's enough to see some decent returns, and it's enough to see some decent losses if I'm not careful. But again, I do it live, so either way, put myself out there on the regular. Got a FW Evan. It's a buy. Yeah, we already took a buy, mate. Still got a runner in. I've still got a position in. Mark will even hit new all-time high in the next days. It could. It definitely could. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed, obviously. Anything could happen, but it would not surprise me. So I'm seeing gold has whooped me this week. Just need to be patient, mate. Hopefully you're following your plan. Hopefully you're trading with the trend. And it happens guys. It's happened to me. You know, quite a bit this year as well, but it's just about how you pick yourself back up. If you follow your rules and everything, you know, goes to plan, and knowing that you've got a high probability of being on the end of a winning trade, whether that be 60, 70, 80%, 90% of the time, then just let the probabilities play out and stick to your plan, mate. Yared B, just want to say thank you, helped me a lot. Appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it. Danielle, the base where you see next TP, I think 42.39. If it breaks, wow, so this is looking really good for an entry, guys. I mean, the 4 hour is really clean. The higher time frame is really clean. We've got some consolidation here in the 15. I'd say about 42.68 roughly. All right, so I'll explain the possible re-entry, but again, guys, I'm not going to take it because I've still got a runner going. Just going to leave it be. But if this closed right up near the high, you've got a double catalyst here. You've got multiple confluences. You're triggering sellers at the high, which is what I wanted to see. You'd be trapping those sellers. You've got a candle which has got a lower low and higher high, so that to me is suggests it's grab downside liquidity. And if the new candle was to break the high of this current candle, there'd be a higher probability of it continuing to the upside. You'll be breaking your own high in the 4 hour. You'll be breaking the previous 4 hour candle's high as well above that point. So there you go. You can see I'm building the picture, creating a story to give you a solid reason to take an entry. So that's what would be what I'd be waiting for is a similar thing. Lower wick to form, preferably tapping back into the range below, only to reject it, flipping, breaking its own high again, using that as a stop loss. That is your potential entry. But personally, still got a runner going, guys. We've still got the runner. We're currently in 64 pip profit on the runner, so I'm not going to bother to re-enter. Israeli gold. Do you trade prop firm? No, I do not trade prop firm. I trade live funds. Had really bad experience. Now I'd want this to leave an upper wick. It's part of the rules, guys. No, I had a shocking experience with a big account, 300k account, due a payout, and they came up with some bullshit reason not to pay out. So I don't trust them. It's me, I need to learn and see the trend. It will come in time, trust me. Just watch my videos. Watch. I would suggest subscribe to YouTube channel and watching all the reels and uploads. And it's free content, so it's free education for you. All right, this is a really strong catalyst, guys. You need a decent lower wick, and this thing is likely more probable to head up. Yeah, this is looking really good. Has it retested yet? Yep, it's retested. Valid. In my opinion, it's valid. But again, I've still got the runner going, so I'm not entering. So you could be looking at entries as it breaks the high of the previous candle. But for me, I've currently got a runner sitting at 70 plus pip profit. And I'm more than happy just to let that do its thing. What, prop firm? Sorry. Didn't mean that. Did you trade prop firm? By the way, that prop firm was only scams, only funds. Yeah, look at that, guys. Absolutely perfect. So you're already more than 10, 11, 12 pips up. Smash the like button. Smash it, team. If anyone took that trade, you could have possibly secured some profit and gone to break even pretty quickly. Look at that. Wow. And we are up 100 pips on the original trade. And if anyone took the second trade, let me know. It's me, Peanut. So sorry, I didn't call the actual level, but as you mentioned, flips and breaks like that previous candle after it retested that resistance. That's a quality entry. But for me, I'm happy with the run I've got. I'm just leaving that to its thing. Where's Coal Stock? London open time as well. User possible re-entry. I called it the re-entry. Anyone take it? Yung W, nice one. 1 to 1 in 5 seconds, mate. Don't you love it? Arc light motion. Hey man, new trader here. If I start with gold, what is good amount to start with? Whatever you can afford to lose, mate. Gold will tear you to shreds. It is a beast. It's a real beast. I would not say it's probably the best thing to learn on, but then again, look, you got to start somewhere. So if you want to trade gold, fine, but only risk what you can afford to lose. So if that's $100, well, to be honest, just depends where you are. $100 won't even get you started in Oz with 1 to 30 leverage. Look at that. You guys reckon I could sneak that into a win for the stream? I called it, absolutely called it, didn't I? 2 trades. I reckon that's the second W, guys. The only reason why I didn't take it is because I've still got the runner going on the first one. That's a cracker. 2 from 2, 2 from 2, ladies and gents. European, good profit, nice one. JP Lieb. Yes, I am in Melbourne.
Hey, good morning, Justin.
Hey mate, how are you?
Hey, I'm okay, and you?
Good, really good. What a day.
Yeah, absolutely. So, nice call, man. So, but all both I didn't took it.
Didn't take
So,
either. Oh, okay, fair enough.
yeah, the second one, which right now, the take me also was not having a upper wick on that.
Okay, I've got one on
This
my
was
broker's chart. Not a big one, but there's definitely one there.
Yeah. So this was one point, and the other one, to be honest, so I'm not. So it's still not. I'm not still in this gold feeling at the end. So
Yeah,
this
you're
is the issue. So
still getting used
that's the
to
point for me.
the volatility
So,
in that.
yeah, I need to, my point is I need to understand it at the end, yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm not feeling to take it. I'm not taking it. So that's the point. But great calls also yesterday and today, man. You are legends, absolutely.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Just again, just sticking to the plan, not doing anything, you know, untoward. Just doing what, you know, what I call. What, you know, if I see fit and it ticks the box, I'm happy to take the trade. If not,
Yeah,
we just chill.
correct. So as I was looking, so and I've seen there was some wicks to the upside. The first trade which you took, there was some wicks to the upside on the M50.
Yep.
And also the candle which you took the trade at the end was also at some point bearish.
Yep.
And I was not feeling good at the end to take it there. So
It will come. It will come with more experience watching it. Trust me.
yeah, for sure. As you said, so it's a beast at the end. So
Yeah.
And you need to be aware what you are doing at the end.
Correct. Correct. It comes with experience. It really does. Now that you've decided to focus on it and ditch GU for the time being, I'm sure you'll start to pick up on its you know, little characteristics and intricacies and that, and what it tends to do, especially around this time of day, so on and so forth. So just give it time, mate. But
yeah, what I've recognized is that you at the end, you are coming from the H4 directly to the M50 time frame, so you are not so looking that much
at 30 or
as the past on the
yeah.
M30, correct?
Correct, mate. Yep, I think the 15 is good enough here.
Amazing job what you are doing here.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate the support from you and all the members. 2 really nice trades, guys. So you had ample opportunity to get involved in that one as well. Sumi will be a big sell. No idea. What area are you targeting, bro? Again, 68, I think I'll call, would be the end target. Mark, you didn't take it. Fair enough. Dolls. Goat emoji, I think. Akam bis atati. Look at nice one. Uses RSI looks super oversold in a 5 minute. Fair enough if that's what you use for add confluence, and all good. Sumi, where will be big sell? No, it's a big uptrend. I wouldn't look to sell it. It took it. She's climbing. Matt, nice work. Really bad call though. Being a profit, I don't think that's a bad call. Maybe you got the chart upside down, my friend. West Coal stock. I think 41, 35, 44 is the next resistance zone. 42, you mean? Use a look at your dollar. It's dumping. No need to look at your dollar. No need at all to look at it. That's a crock of shit. Whoever says it, it's not important. You're trading gold, trade the gold chart. They don't always inversely correlate. If you were to look at the charts for DXY and US dollar, gold, the past year or so, they're both, past few years, for the most part, they've both been on a big uptrend. At times, you're going to see them move in the same direction. So just, if you trade gold, look at the gold chart. Don't worry about DXY. It's just going to confuse you. That's all it's going to do. Trust me. Finally heard another, and this is an economist actually say the same thing, and this is a guy I really respect. Said the exact same thing. People get too confused and caught up in looking at DXY to gauge the strength of gold. You don't need to. Can't quite remember how he stated it, but really made sense, to be honest. New high, bearish trend, Matt. Bullish trend, I think you mean. Don't see how nice would a new all-time high be this week. Tell me before you say anything. I think it'll be shit house because again, I want to accumulate more gold physical stuff on the weekend, and it just keeps pumping. I was going to buy at the start of this week. I thought, no, I'll just wait and see how the market opens on Monday. And it pumped. And it's not looked back since. So I'm waiting again to the weekend. It's me, Peanut. Just made €10. My first one. Nice one. Took it. Good work. Got scared? Yeah, see, it's all part of it. It's the emotions. Trust me, it's going to take a while to settle down. I remember those days, the sweaty palms and all that, when you're in your first few trades and you got live money. And I went ballistic without even realizing it. I flipped an account on one trade. $500 account. Had no idea what I was doing. That was when leverage here was 1 to 500. I understand why they changed it to 1 to 30 because idiots like me going full margin on every trade back in the day. Alex, thank you once again for the stickers. Appreciate it, brother. Yo, TP suggestions. A realistic high time frame target is 68. That is some 15-minute resistance. 60, yeah, 68. Lucky never break even, I think you mean. Trust it. I've still got to run it going. So what, 160, over 160 pips in profit. Brian, it must be because it's not popping up on Forex Factory. Lucas Marsh, lots of manipulation of gold, a lot of times ignore the... Yep, there is a lot of manipulation of gold, especially by the big bullion banks and obviously central banks. A lot of the bullion banks, especially the major banks around the world, talking about the JP Morgans and so on and so forth, are heavily short positions on more so silver than anything. So they will try to smash it down at times. Sometimes they'll they jump on the other side of the horse as well. So it definitely is manipulated, in my opinion. User, especially silver, has now broken away related with gold. Silver is, what's it doing now? Silver has actually increased in value more than what gold has this year. In terms of percentages, silver is over 60, gold is I think around just over 50 for the year. Well, it looks like I'll be buying more silver and not gold. Not bothered. Silver's good. Michael, 5 minute looking good. Let's quickly look at the 5 minute. Yeah, to be honest, I think the entry would have been, you had to get in there. I think you're getting in a little bit too late. Doesn't mean it can't continue, but I'd want it to reset. So maybe create another swing or a little bit of a pause just here, weak bearish candle, and then maybe, but I just don't see another entry at the minute. TP is suggestions, Juliet Bow 1. 42.68 to resistance on the minor time frame here to the left. But definitely secure in between. Again, I've got a runner with 150 plus pips on the table, so user, what indicates that gray box line? Yeah, that's the Asian session range. So type in the chat. You need to adjust the parameters according to how you see fit. I've got it for literally Tokyo Open until Euro Open. Asian range. What's called Asian range. Have you taken trade linker? Yes. Yeah, I was involved from 40 to 112. Sorry, 42.12.1. Now I still got a runner going. So that is this trade. Kept a little runner going. And I called a re-entry just there, which some took. Shadow Forge, you took it. Nice one. Second entry. Abdul's are worth joining. What? Sorry, you probably said it a while ago. It's a little bit too late if you didn't get in at that point. Gold Sniper, gold downtrend since 22. All right, so since, all right, 22, let's look at this. We zoom out. Let's look at the weekly. Since gold's been rising, which pretty much since the same point up until that point. Am I on gold? No. All right, so let's just try and remember that. Gold was rising at the same time. So that's why I say don't worry too much about it. I understand, look, if you're a swing trader, whatever, yeah, whatever. But for me, I'm not going to bother, right? Gold is pumping, so I must look at DXY to make sure it's dumping. And if it's not dumping, there's no entry. That's what I mean. Like, I don't need to do that. I focus on what I trade. I don't care less what DXY is doing. We have no interest whatsoever in what DXY is doing. And I've been that way the whole time I've traded, and it's worked fine for me. Never had an issue. Can I tell you where is resistance? There's a minor resistance at 42.68, so a fair bit off it. Shadow Forge. KS Multimedia, I missed the trade, but I won't force the entry. That's good. Shadow Forge, all good. Calvin Turner, hi mate, just joined. Hope you training as well. Profitable today. My resistance is 42.38.41. Fair enough. Yep, been a good day. What was the re-entry for? Gold here, mate. Absolute perfect re-entry opportunity. You've got a bullish engulfing liquidity candle breaking above the 4-hour candle's high as well. In a big strong uptrend, to me, that's a really, really solid re-entry. Created a slower wick, tapped into that resistance, bounced, broke the high. Bread and butter. Bread and butter, zone to zone trade. I ran it at 42.18. Where's Colstock? Nice work, mate. Nice work. Sim, why is it not relevant? Because why? I'm trading gold. I'm not worried about what DXY is doing against, for the most part, the euro dollar, and then the Aussie dollar basket of major currencies. It's of no concern to me. Why do I need to be concerned by it? Why is it relevant? I couldn't care less if DXY is dumping. That's just not, that doesn't mean I'm automatically looking for a buy on gold. That would be reckless. That would be negligent as well. What I do is I have a plan. I do my analysis. I have a plan. I know exactly what levels I want to get involved. And as we approach, I know exactly what I want to see. I'm not going to let the DXY put me off a trade. Never. That's what I would say to you. Usually, do you think Oz economy here in Vic is going to get better or worse next year? We're up the shits here. We're totally destroyed. Victoria is probably the worst state in Australia at the moment, I would say. One thing I do like, and this is going to stir the pot, it's the only thing that's she's ever coming out of her mouth ever, Jacinta Allen, that I actually agree with. She came out with it yesterday, that they're considering trialing now 14-year-olds as adults, which means they could get the you know, life sentences for serious crimes. Which is, I mean, a serious crime here. You gotta look. Again, this is, I want to piss people off, but what are you gonna do to be caught a serious crime in this country? I mean, murder, you get a slap on the hand and probably just a few years jail. It's just, it's a disaster zone here. It's terrible. Drugs are rampant. Crime is rampant. Youth groups are rampant. Apparently they know everyone involved. They know each group member. So why don't they do anything about it? Because they don't have the power to, and they're scared to, the police. In the good old days, if you did something stupid, they would chuck you in the back of a divvy van. They would take you into one of the cells and they would belt the living daylights out of you. And you were taught a lesson. You were taught a lesson. You will not do it again. Or if not, your parents would do it to you. I remember many times we copped it big time from my old man. We were scared shitless. It was either you had to choose between the old lady and the old man. They weren't. The old lady was not much better, to be honest. But we learned the hard way. You can't do it these days. It's sad. Honestly, what this place has come to is just disgusting. Cops can't do shit, nor will they do shit. It's your own problem if there's some, you know, someone trying to break into your house with a knife. Calvin Turner, 1 hour time frame, Wednesday, 15 October. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that. Dean, I always forget about liquidity candles. Yeah, they're powerful, man. These candles here are really powerful. Abdul joined late, but got moving stop loss, which now has guaranteed to profit. Bad that I FOMO. Yeah, it is bad that you FOMO, but still, look at this, guys. Wow. What a thing of beauty. 240 plus pips on the runner at the minute. Abdul DXY. DXY is a basket of, it's basically the US dollar basket. Calvin Turner, I used to live in Albert Park, mate. Moved away from Vic when we got out of lockdown. Yeah, Albert Park's a nice place, but I'm not far from there. I'm just a suburb away, pretty much. It's crazy there now in Vic. It is. KS Multimedia. I did, mate. I just didn't put this up, but you should have been following along. TikTok. User, do you think, yeah, read that. Yeah, I live in Bayswater North in Vic, and cost of living even for here is absolutely crazy. It is, mate. You heard that? Thank God. Yeah, honestly, something needs to be done because they just get away with it, and they know they're going to get away with it, these youth criminals. So they're old enough to know what they're doing. Again, I might come across as mean. I couldn't give a shit. Lock them up. Chuck them in a cell with hardened criminals, adult criminals. See what happens to them. I had 15k stolen worth of goods over the last 2 years just from burglars. They caught the guy and he's... Mate, honestly, I heard a story just the other day of someone who was breaking and entering into a property. He actually cut his leg quite severely while trying to break into the property. So they did the right thing and called an ambulance to come because the guy could barely move. They stitched him up or did what they had to do. The police came and they sent him on his way. And the guy's like, are you for real? So what happens? Nothing happened to him. They just let him go. He was outside. He said the police told him to go back inside, and he said, it's my house. I can be where I want to be. You can't tell me what, you know, to go inside. And they sent the guy packing. Unbelievable, honestly. So I can just come back and, you know, have another go another time. It's a joke, honestly. Such a joke. This country, this city it's lost, to be honest. I can't wait to get out of here. Just past it, Thunder SB, nice one, good work, mate. Lucky we got machete bins. Yeah, I know. They really helped, don't they? It's not the person that wields the bloody knife, is it? It's the actual weapon. What a crock of shit. What a crock of shit. Yeah, I already put TP at 42.47. Is there a little bit of support to the left? You got this level here, so 40, 45, 44 I think is also a realistic target. Can I buy now? Double DS? No, you're a bit low. I mean, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. Juliet Vo, what would you recommend a stop loss for entry at 42.23? I'd be at break even. Be honest, I'd be trailing the stop probably to 42.28, just below his candle's low. And that way you're going to secure in profit. Even if it comes and takes you out, you're going to, you know, be taken out in profit. What a trade, guys. What a trade. Dominating again. What a week. Shadow Forge, people listen to him, he knows what he's talking about. Thank you, mate. Yeah, no, I don't get all that much love, especially, look, the YouTube numbers have been up. I've been quite happy with the YouTube numbers of late. It's definitely been a grind. It's taken a lot longer than what I would have anticipated on YouTube. TikTok's been quicker than what I would have thought, so I suppose that's a positive. It's me, Peanut. Thank you once again. I just noticed you sent some more stickers. Jack, I'm gonna retest 42.20. I think that's a good idea for now, to be honest, if you're not in a trade. Michael Hughes, legend. Appreciate it. He definitely does right trades and doesn't trade unless good confirmation. Thank you, mate. Yeah, it can be testing because the past few weeks have been difficult to find a trade on stream, and once again, as I mentioned in the last few days, I'm limited because I'm only on stream for what, an hour and a half, an hour and 45. So that gives me possibility of, well, it gives me six to seven, maybe 8 max full 15-minute candles to find an entry. And I don't force it. If it's not there, if it doesn't in line with my plan, I just don't trade. And it can be frustrating. I don't know, a lot of time people probably switch off and think this guy never takes a trade. I'm not avoiding trades. I'm just so pedantic about it, so strict with it, because I know what works for me. And the last thing I want to do is just take a shit trade for the sake of it. I lose, those of you who are following along and take it lose, no one's happy. I feel bad about it because I've not followed my plan, so I'd rather just stick to quality. When it presents, fantastic. Doesn't mean we always win, but there's a high chance of us, you know, being on the end of a winning trade. Jeroni, what target TP? So 44 would be your next potential target, and minor previous support to the left. 68 is probably where I'm going to target. Well, I'm just going to trail a stop, likely. We need a plus. We got, yep, we got that today. Do you trade NAS? No, I do not trade NAS. DJ still respecting that resistance, so strong level. Let's quickly look at GU. Back at the resistance, so GU becoming interesting. Potential buys as well, not looking bad. Closing weak bearish right highs of the resistance, rejecting the range below. EU's broken out of resistance, so the majors are pumping. Wow, look at AU. Oof. There's some high impact news for AU, and obviously it's come out on the right side of things, by the looks of it. What a day it's had. When I wake up tomorrow, it would not surprise me to see gold back at 4,300. Alrighty guys, on that note, I'm going to go off and have some dinner. What a day. Absolute quality today, guys. Once again, we followed the plan, create the rules, stick to it 100%, and we see what happens for the most part. So well done today, guys. Good, solid day on the charts. Another profitable winning stream. Guys, if you'd like to know any more about what I do, or you know, feel free to send me a message. All the details, TikTok on the profile page, YouTube in the description below. Otherwise, guys, feel free to just send me a message, say good day. I love when you guys contact me. I really appreciate the messages of support. I get some really good messages from some of you guys, and I really do appreciate it. And I'm more than happy to have a chat. Guys, I won't be on tomorrow. I just don't have the time on a Friday at the minute. So do trade safe if you are to trade into the rest of today and moving forward tomorrow. Colors, yes, you can find it in the description below. Otherwise, guys, have a great weekend. Thank you one and all for your support throughout the week. Quality week on stream, ripping week on stream, ripping week in general. Take care, my friends, and until Monday, all the best, team.
Thank you.
Best
man.
way to sign off.
Also for you.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice weekend.
Yep, we'll chat in the VIP chat anyway. But
Okay.
cheers, bro.
Yeah, bye.
See you guys, and everyone else, take care. Once again, thank you so much for all the support, and until Monday, cheers team. Go well, have a good one.